Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Gonzalez Clark again. We are going to continue talking about numeric expressions and how do we solve these numeric expressions, how do we evaluate them, and just being able to understand how to look at it and express what it means in a written manner and express what it means in a numeric matter. So we are going to look at this very short problem right here. And we are going to answer 4 questions based off of it. So what we're working with is the difference between 3/4 and 1/2 divided by 3. So if I look at the first box here, what I'm going to do is I need to describe what is happening in this problem. So let's just read it one more time. The difference between 3/4 and 1/2 divided by 3. So one thing I know for certain that is happening is that there's definitely some kind of subtraction that's going on. I know this because difference indicates subtraction. Something else that I'm also noticing is that we see the word divided. So clearly, if the word is in the sentence saying divided, then there must be some type of division that is going to occur when we evaluate this numeric expression. So something that's happening here is we have a difference. We're taking two numbers and we're going to find the difference. We're going to subtract those two numbers. And then after that, we are going to take that difference and we're going to divide it by another number. So I'm going to put that here and just add that to my post-it so that we can so that we know what it is exactly that we need to do. So, okay. So what's happening in this problem? We are taking two numbers and we will subtract them. Afterwards, we will take the difference and divide it by another number. Okay, excellent. So we were able to fill in an answer, not necessarily a question, but just something that it was asking us to look for. And it was asking us to look for and to give a description of what exactly this problem is asking us to do. So now we are going to look at the second one. And the second one says, write this expression numerically. Now, clearly we see that this numeric expression is not written numerically because we see words, right? One little number at the end. But this is telling us that we have to write this whole entire thing in numbers. So let's do that. So the difference between 3/4 and 1/2. So we already mentioned when we were describing the situation that we're going to subtract two numbers. In this case, it's the two fractions of 3/4 take away the half. So this is the first thing we're going to do. So since that's what the expression is asking us to do first, we're just going to put some parentheses around it so that it indicates that that is the first thing we have to calculate. Now it says the difference between 3/4 and 1/2 divided by 3. So now we're going to take that difference and then it will be divided by 3. So right there, and excuse my dots, don't know what's going on there. Okay, a little better. Okay, so write this expression numerically. We just did. We have 3/4. Take away the half, which is what's indicated right here, the difference between 3/4 and a half. And now we get that difference, and then we are going to divide it by 3, which is what's indicated here. Dividing it by 3. So good. We are done with our first part, and we are done with our second part. Okay. Now we're up to our third part. So what do we do first, and why? Is it different for other expressions? So we kind of spoke about that already. So what we are going to do first is what is in the parentheses. What's in the parentheses is the 3/4, take away a half. Now, not every expression is the same. You can have an expression that doesn't have parentheses. You can have an expression that has brackets and parentheses. You can have an expression that has braces, brackets, and parentheses. It can differ. However, you need to know what actually needs to be executed first. And in this case, we are going to do the parentheses because parentheses in this case will always be first. So once we find what's inside of the parentheses, then we can move on to the next operation that would be next to participate into some type of evaluation with that operation. So in this case, it will be division. So we are done with that. And now last but not least, we're up to the solve it. Okay, so now we're going to subtract the 3/4 and a half, which was inside our parentheses. So we'll find our common denominator, which is 4. 2 times what gives us 4? We know that 2 times 2 gives us 4. So we'll multiply that. And 4 times what gives us 4? 4 times 1. So we'll multiply that. So 3 take away 2 leaves us with a 4th. So we've tackled this component of the problem, but now we need to move on to the division. So we're going to take a 4th, and now we're going to divide it by 3. Okay, so now we are going to conduct the division. Just cleaning this up a little bit. Okay, so we have the difference, which was 1/4, and we have to divide it by 3. So actually want to adjust that 3 a little bit. Okay, so we know if a whole number stands alone, the denominator is always a 1, because if this is 3, we know that 3 divided by 1, 3 divided by 1 is going to give us 3 anyway, okay? But we all know the relationship between division and multiplication, especially regarding fractions. So we are going to take this example and we're going to make it 1/4 times 1/3. And our final answer becomes 1/12. So we solved it. So we were able to take the numeric expression, which was written in word form, and we were able to describe what was happening in this problem, what was the situation going on. We wrote the expression numerically. Then we thought about what operation do we do first within this numeric expression and how does it compare with other expressions. And then we solved it.